morning, students. Yesterday we learned Unit 3 half of the lesson Taro's Reward. Okay, till paragraph number 6. From 6 onwards, again little bit revised. We will go further. That Taro was a young woodcutter. He was working very hard, and working very hard he wanted to give a good life to his parents. One day they were sitting, a cool breeze was blowing, and from the cracks of the hut, the made three of them very cool. So the Taro's father desired to drink an expensive drink sake, which was very costly, and the Taro was not able to buy this sake. Okay, so next morning he went into the forest and he walked from the whole day. He was tired, he removed his jacket. He felt that if my father gets sake, he also will feel very hot. Thinking it was in his mind, he heard the sound of waterfall. He went near, he drank little water. Then he again and again drinking, he felt that it was really a sake. His desire of fulfilled. He took it little for his father. So let's go further. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at the place where the water flowed, quietly kneeling or bending on knees. See, my dear children, K is silent, kneeling. We pronounce the word from and. Okay, K is silent. Don't say keenly. Okay, it is kneeling. Okay, change, because many of the time when we add ed and all past tense, you say wounded, hidden dead. So it is not like that. It is wounded, hidden. So it is a kneeling. The K is silent in this. Okay, so kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. He took a little and put in his lips. Was it a water? Oh, he was thinking. Getting a taste of it, he was thinking in mind, was it a water or something else? Okay? Or was it sake? He tasted it again and again, my dear children. If you wish something and you get, then you also will taste it again and again, because you are getting a real taste. No? So he tasted again and again to get the real taste of sake. Always it was the delicious sake instead of the cold water. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The meaning of the pitcher, a pot, a little pot he was carrying, a water in that. From the morning he had gone, so he was carrying water. So he took that pitcher and filled it. The old man was delighted with the sake. Delighted means very happy. He was very much delighted. He was very happy to drink sake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. See, the old man was very happy. He drank it little and he danced in the hut in the middle of the floor. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. So that day afternoon, a neighbor of them visited them for a little while. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. Naturally, when the guest comes to our house, we offer them tea or some drinks or snacks. So they offered them sake. The lady drank it greedily. The meaning of greedily, very fast. She drank it. With the greediness she was drinking. And thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. Throughout, okay, by the nightfall, before the night falls. Before the night falls means the darkness starts. She spread this story in the whole village that there is a waterfall, a magic waterfall, and from there we are getting a sake. That evening there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Procession means crowd. A crowd gathered near the house of Taro to know from where they have got a sake. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. The pot which he had filled and brought it for his parents, because of that lady who spread the story in the whole village, there was a big crowd in front of house. Everybody took the one sip of it, okay, one sip of it, and they all were satisfied. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. Next day morning, the Taro started even more earlier. For the example, he has got up 5 o'clock. So next day he got up 4 o'clock. More than that, earlier he started for a work. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned. So next day when he was going early morning, he carried the more larger pitcher with him, which he had in his house. For he intended first of all go to the waterfall. The meaning of intended means desire. They all had, the village people all had the desire of going to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found his great surprise all his neighbors there. Early morning next day when he went near the waterfall, all their desires, intended he had desire to bring more sake for his wife. When he reached there, he saw all his neighbors near the waterfall. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again and then shouted angrily, "Water? Nothing but water." Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. So when Taro reached near the waterfall, he found most of his neighbors were there with whatever they found in their hand, buckets and whatever, baskets and pitchers, big pitchers, small pitchers, everything they found, they carried to a waterfall in order to get a delicious sake. And one of the neighbor was drinking with his hand, but he found that it was only a water, not a magic sake. And they all tried, and it was only a taste of water, not a magic sake. We have been tricked. So they are telling that we have been tricked out. We are said simply, we are fooled. Shouted the villagers, "Where is Taro? Let's drown him in the waterfall." So they all were so angry with him. No? They all were so angry because they had only water, not other delicious taste of sake. Then what they did? They all thought of putting this Taro into the waterfall. But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock. When he saw how things were going, he was nowhere to be found. He hid behind a big rock and he was watching everything, whatever was happening near the waterfall, because he was wise enough. Otherwise, they could have thrown him and his poor parents would have been left alone. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. Because the Taro was a thoughtful son, means very good son. And in order to fulfill the desire of his father, what he did? Next day morning, he woke up early and went to the forest, and whole day he worked hard till the sunset. Still he was feeling, if I cut and chopped more get more money. So he was a good son. That's why the magic happened only with Taro. But the villagers were very greedy. They found whatever they heard and they went near the waterfall. The story of the Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. They said the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. So, from this lesson, we can see Taro was very good son. He was honoring, was respecting, and he was always thinking about his parents. So this magic happened with only Taro. And he did not keep for himself. He shared with others. He did not say anybody not to go there. He just shared it with others. But the magic only happened with Taro. So this was a story of Taro, how he was rewarded by Emperor of Japan. Okay, so please write down these hard words in your notebook. Please learn it. Okay, have a good day and thank you to all.